Okay, seriously, what happened to having accurate aim being the norm? I've recently started playing Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I feel like I can't do anything properly. Leon cannot shoot straight to save his life. This game has aims way, reticle bloom, slow fire rate, and also bullet travel distance. And Leon cannot like fucking shoot even things that are in front of him. Putting 2 bullets consecutively in the same spot is pretty much a pipe dream. And like, let's not talk about his movement. He is clunky and slow to control. There's also like some kind of delay in his movements that makes everything feel less responsive. That kind of Rockstar inertia, that type of movement, Capcom thought was a good idea to implement in this game. He controls and shoots worse than in Resident Evil 2 Remake. Like, how does this make sense? Seriously, when did this become the norm? Has Capcom forgot how to properly make games? Because this is what feels like to me. They are very good with the style and making a game look appealing and good, but when you actually go and play it, you just gotta ask yourself why? Why did they do this? And they also like give you a parry to compensate for the shitty mobility, I guess, because good luck dodging anything with that kind of movement. So here's a parry that doesn't even work properly most of the time. I mean, yeah, it does work sometimes, but other times it just doesn't work. I got the timing down pretty well, I think. And also you can spam the button in a lot of situations, so it's not like it has a very strict timing. But sometimes it just doesn't work, I don't know. And yeah, this wasn't a thing pre-2013 at all, as far as I remember. All the shooters I did play, I remember them being snappy and with precise aiming and shooting. Like, games like Dead Space 2 were a joy to play. Isaac controls so fucking good in that game, and your shots went where you want them to. He literally had the perfect controls and shooting. Everything was snappy, reactive, precise. But then I guess I don't know what happened. I guess Last of Us came out and things saw a regression. Honestly, I can't think of much else being the case. Being the cause and the case. Because before that, there wasn't a lot of emphasis on this kind of gameplay feel where you have to feel clunky and the movement has to have physics like in real life. The only dev I remember doing this was Rockstar. I think they have pretty much always done it since GTA 4. I don't remember GTA 3 if it had. I don't think it had the same kind of inertia. But from GTA 4, I'm pretty sure it did. And yeah, what happened? I guess Last of Us came out because after 2013, characters like being accurate with their shots stopped being cool. I don't know. It's just weird to me. It's just weird to me. But the problem is that people can't see this as an issue. They just don't see it. All I see for Resident Evil 4 Remake is praise and no mention of the shitty aim from both online reviews and lots of enthusiastic people. Like, this is an issue that should be addressed. Honestly, it doesn't make the game feel good to play. I'm battling with the controls other than the enemies. Just so dumb. Like, what's wrong with people? Why? Why are they not addressing it? And yeah, like, and also I'm seeing people, some people saying, well, Resident Evil 4 was too easy, even on professional. Well, let me tell you this. Resident Evil 4 original had precise rules for what worked and what didn't. So you always knew that if you did something, the outcome was always 9 times out of 10 was always going to be that. But with Resident Evil 4 Remake, the problem is that the game is also plugged by randomness. It's just not consistent. The mechanics are not consistent. The shots sometimes will not even hit where your crosshair is aiming. And the fucking crosshair takes forever to close when it opens up. Like, this is an action game. Why did they think this was a good idea in an action game? To make us a character that's slow and clunky to move and has horrible aim and accuracy. Like, if they had reused the same controls they had used in Resident Evil 2 Remake, the game would have been fine. It would have been much more playable, probably. But I don't know. The game is very unpolished and inconsistent so far. It's fun. It's fun because it's a fun game. But I honestly don't see a masterpiece. So many improvements. Let me tell you. I can't even shoot in front of my face. Like, people say, well, you can shoot and move in this one. You don't want to shoot and move in this game because your crosshair will not like it. Let me tell you that. So it's like it doesn't. It's like it's not even a factor in this game because what are you gonna shoot when you aim and move at the same time? Nothing. Because your crosshair will become so big, nothing will be hit. And some weapons are straight up unusable, even with the stock. Like the TMPs. The TMP is fucking ridiculous. In the range, in the shooting range, it's pretty much impossible. Like, I don't know what you have to do with the. I play with the pad. Maybe with the mouse is better, but with the pad, I'm having a very hard time hitting the skulls in the TMP shooting range because it's fucking all over the place. You shoot one bullet, and the crosshair becomes huge. It's like for precision shots, you can't use it. It's useless. You can use it to spray. That's good for it, but no, not for precision shots. And yeah, this game is plugged by RNG, and people will say, no, it's not a problem. Skill issue. No, you're a retard if you think that. The game should have precise rules for what it does and how it works, and not have teleporting enemies because Capcom has forgotten how to design a game with decent mechanics. This is the fucking problem with people I have today with people. This is why I can't take seriously reviewers, YouTubers, because they praise stuff like this and say, well, it's perfect, like IGN said, well, the improvements are so many over the original. Yeah, they're like, what about actually shooting and hitting the targets? How about that? And I can assure you, these people haven't even played the game on professional. Because if they did, the problems on professional are even worse. The random bullshit and like inconsistent mechanics, enemies that take forever to stun. It's even worse on fucking professional. And like I said, I can take someone who praised this game like it's the best game ever and then didn't address the problem it had. No, the only thing you saw like from online reviewers is well, this game is perfect. It's the best remake ever. It's everything you wanted for. Yeah, except that the gameplay is not as good as it could have been. It's actually pretty annoying to play. So much annoying that even people they make a living. They make a living off of Resident Evil, like Carcinogen, the Resident Evil guy who does no damage runs, speed runs, and all that stuff. He has dropped this game because he said it's not fun to play. It's too much inconsistent, too much bullshit, stupid bullshit, random bullshit. Like if a guy that got the code for free and makes his money off of this stuff isn't willing to touch this game anymore, maybe the game is not as perfect as these YouTubers and influencers will want you to believe. Because like even my experience of 30 years old, of 30 years playing games, probably more than 30 years, tells me that this game has serious issues. It's not consistent, it's not fun. It could be very fun to play if it worked properly, but I can't have much fun, because as soon as I'm having fun, the game mechanics will fuck me over and bring me back to planet Earth. So I just can't have fun with this game. I can have fun for 10 minutes and then something stupid happens and then I say, oh right, the game has problems. And people just don't fucking see it. I don't know how they can, how they are fine with this stuff. Like if I fuck up, I want it to be my fuck up, not the game deciding that my shot shouldn't have hit because I don't know, because random bullet spread. I don't know. I don't know who designed this game, honestly, but he's a fucking competent designer. Whoever designed this game he's fucking incompetent. I shouldn't touch any other game going forward. And also, I want to touch on another thing, because I'm seeing like nowadays we got it so bad nowadays that as soon as a normal, okay, good game comes out, is heralded as a masterpiece. Like a game like this will have been considered okay, like a 7, an 8 tops, like 10 years ago. A game like this will have been considered probably an 8 out of 10 tops. Not more than 10 years ago, like in the pre-2013 era. This would have been considered, with these glaring issues, with these glaring gameplay issues, would have been considered an 8 out of 10 game max. Because it's a good game, it's a fun game. I like what they did with the expanding the environment. In that sense, they did a good job, but design-wise, it's not fun in the long term. It's not fun. But yeah, I was saying that people praise everything nowadays. A decent game comes out, it's a masterpiece. Probably because, I don't know, they either forgot what good games actually were, or masterpiece actually were, or I don't know, they've gotten so used to mediocrity that when something decent comes out, it's a masterpiece. And the problem with this is that if you keep praising over and over and over, even when there's some criticism to be made, you won't get any improvement. Because, like, even in life, if you always get praised, you say you're the best, you're the best, you're the best. Like sooner or later you're gonna go, why do I need to even try? I'm the fucking best, everything I do is the best. I don't need to try. And the same thing applies to video games. If you keep sucking Capcom's cock at every single turn and not addressing the issues that their games have, you're gonna next time you're gonna get a worse game. Like, look at Resident Evil 2 remake. You sucked Capcom's cock so much with that, and then what they do? They gave you Resident Evil 3 remake, which is barely like even the same. Like, it's a different game. It's not Resident Evil 3. It's something different. Which is like, as a game on its own, it would have been fine, but as a remake of Resident Evil 3, it's not just a remake. It's a fan fiction. It's something else. It's not Resident Evil 3. It's an insult to Resident Evil 3. And the same thing will happen. Like, you're sucking Capcom's cock for how perfect Resident Evil 4 is, despite it not being perfect at all, because it has a lot of issues. See, next time you see what they give you. Next time you see what they fucking give you. The next game will have the same issues probably, or other issues, because you were so busy like filleting them for having made a decent game, but with big flaws, because it has fundamental flaws in its core gameplay. I can't fucking shoot straight. Yeah. Remember when I said this? If the next game comes out and it has also glaring issues. I mean, assuming the majority of people care, because the majority of people just don't care. Like I said in my Resident Evil lost its identity, most people just care about the game having Last of Us gameplay. Does it play like Last of Us? Yeah, that's all that matters. So I even if I can't, can I hit my shots? No, it doesn't matter, because it plays like Last of Us. Yeah, so yeah, no. I mean, I'm liking the game, but it's just not a fun game, as fun as it could be, because it's flawed. They fucked up the balance of everything, the movement. Leon moves like an 80-year-old man, who has arthritis. He can't. He shoots and aims worse than when he was a rookie cop. Like, how does this make sense? And the game is clearly an action game. The game is clearly an action game because it throws you enemies up your ass. You don't have a second of peace most of the time when the enemies come at you. And like. No, they didn't have to do this to make the game difficult. There's this weird mentality that they have to nerf the character or else the game is too easy. Have you fucking played Dead Space 2? No, tell me, because Dead Space 2, like I said before, Isaac controlled perfectly, he shoot precisely. And the game was still hard as fuck on Zealot. One of the hardest games of this type I've played. But no, nowadays you have to make your character an absolute handicapped person, or else the game is not hard. Because I don't know, Zoomers understand their warped sense of difficulty. Like, if the game doesn't fuck you up in the ass, it's not difficult. No, that's not how you design a properly like balanced and hard and fun game. That's not how you do it. And it's time you learned it, how you design a game, because this is just not fun. And I want Resident Evil to get better. I wanted this game to play the best it could have been, but no, because people keep sucking the Capcom's cock and not telling them, oh yeah, the game is good, but fix this, fix that, so we can have an even better game. No, No, they just say, "Oh, thank you, yeah, thank you for this, thank you for the slop, for your generic modern slop," and that's it. They are happy with that. So this is why I cannot take people modern reviewers seriously. But yeah, let me know what you think, because, like, seriously, the game can be fun at times, but then they will always, like, you're gonna miss an important shot because yeah, the game has decided to make your aims way too much, and then you miss the shot. Let me know what you think. Why do you think that is? Why do you think this has become the norm? Because I can't think of any other reasons other than Last of Us becoming popular. Because this game plays exactly like Last of Us. So I don't know. You let me know, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.